Hi, thanks for watching. It's a Lipstick Gal. I thought I'd do a get ready with me today, and I would show you some of the newer things that I have added to my collection and that I'm playing with. Hang on a second. It's definitely time for tea. It's gotten cold where I live, so it's definitely tea season here in my house. So I hope you're doing well. I don't have anything on my face yet today, but I'm going to throw on a little bit of primer. I'm going to do a little bit of this concoction. This is the Tarte Smoothless, Timeless Smoothing Primer and the Silk Canvas from Tatcha. I forgot I still had this on. I went to have an MRI done today. Come on. Oh, boy. These are like not meant to come off, and I'm like, it's just really, there we go. It's just really paper. But I needed to have an update. I have had a lot of really interesting things happen to my brain, and you may or may not be interested. If you are, I'll leave a link above to what my story is and why I have so many problems and see so many specialists and see so many brain docs and have MRIs. All right, so the next thing I'm putting on is this, and this is the Estee Lauder Double Wear and the famously fabulous foundation. The only thing is, this is a new shade for me, and this was in my monthly favorites last month. It's 1N0. It's one of their expanded color ranges because the lightest neutral shade they had, 1N1, was definitely too dark for me. So I'm just gonna tap this in, and I'm going for, you know, kind of like a my skin but better. It doesn't have to be like thoroughly 100% max coverage, but I definitely want it to look like a perfected canvas. Get rid of some of my redness and hyperpigmentation spots. Something that I recently rediscovered in my collection was this. This is the corrector shade from Lancome's Maquicomplete. It's basically a fluid corrector with a wand applicator, and this one is just a shade, like a little bit on the yellowy side. And I find the places that I really use it the most, I have a hyperpigmentation spot over here, and then just under the eyes. And I find that if I can just lightly tap this in, that it works better than concealer on its own to hide some of those darker spots. The one thing that I do like about it is it is definitely on the creamy side. I wouldn't say that it's emollient, but it is definitely not drying, and that's what I'm going for. And I like to just use my finger to make sure that I get as much coverage as possible out of this product. You can use a brush or a beauty blender or, you know, whatever you prefer. I feel that really helps. And then I'm just going to throw on a little bit of the Born This Way multi-use sculpting concealer just under the eyes and right around the corners of my mouth and nose where I have some extra redness. And I'm going to use this for down here. After that, I'm just going to throw on some powder. The powder that I have been liking recently is this Charlotte Tilbury Magic Powder. It's for under eye and face. I don't really like the way that it performs under my eyes. It's brightening, but, and maybe I'm not applying it the way that she would, but I brush it on very lightly under the eyes, and it's not my favorite thing under the eyes, so I will go back and use my Hourglass Ambient Lighting in Diffused. Is it Diffused? Yes, it's Diffused Light. It's the one that has kind of like a yellowish undertone. I'll put that right underneath my eyes, and I'm almost out. I have another one, because I never am without this powder, but I really, really love this product. It's beautiful. The neat thing about this Charlotte Tilbury powder is that it has this little slide here so that you can completely cover up the sifter. And I still have some powder in there, but it doesn't continue, like if you're traveling. Since I just have this on my countertop, it doesn't really bother me. But if you're traveling, the one thing that I really, really don't like is when I end up with powder all over the inside of the canister. There we go. All right. And I'm just going to tip some of this into this Laura Mercier puff and press it into the rest of my face. Pick it all up. Oh, that's my cat. My cat and my dog they're not fighting, they're chasing, they're having fun, they're playing. But my cat just knocked over a photo frame. Thank you, kitty cat. Animal. Something that I picked up a little bit ago, the Balm was having a 50% off sale, and I picked up their powder bronzer. This is their Take Home the Bronze, and this is in the shade Oliver. I kind of miss the fact that they had to rename them. I'm sure it was, oh no, that's going to bother me. That's the cat playing with her little toy. Of course it makes noise. But I knew they probably had to rename them because of copyright purposes, because they were called Oscar, Grammy, and what was the other one? Tony. This is one of my new favorite products. I've had this for a couple of weeks now, and it's Charlotte Tilbury blush, and this is in the shade Sex on Fire. And what I love about this, the other shade that I have is very vibrant pink. It's called Love Glow. So I just swirl my brush on the outside ring and use that across the tops of my cheekbones. You grab a mirror. Just right here. I'll do the other side. And then that different color from the center. And some of her blushes, the center shade is lighter, and this one it's a little bit darker. You're supposed to put this coordinating shade right on the apples of your cheeks. And I really, really love this technique of two shades making a perfect blush. I also love the formula. I think this formula works really well and lasts really long. Before we put on any highlighter, I wanted to show you something that just made it to my house over the weekend. It's the Colourpop Princess Designer, Disney Designer Collection. And it's a princess thing. Isn't that just beautiful? And I haven't swatched it, but you know, the packaging is super cute with all of the signatures and then all of the shades. And I know I didn't really need another very neutral palette, because that's what this is. But the truth is, I love Colourpop and I love Disney. So I'm going to start out with the shade Triton. And it's kind of like it's this guy right here, kind of like a neutrally mid-tone brown. And I'm just going to put this right here. What I did to finish off the eyes. I threw a little bit of this color right here, which is Midnight Curfew, on a little itty bitty, teeny tiny, where are you? Teeny tiny brush. This is a Wayne Goss number 8, and I just kind of shoved it like right in across the top lash line, just to give it a little hint of dimension. And then I threw some of this on. This is from Lancome. This is their Drama Liqui-Pencil in the shade Aubergine, so it's kind of like a blackened purple, and I threw that in the tight line. Curled my lashes, threw on some Lancome Monsieur Big, and then in my brows I put in a little bit of MAC Spiked, like just to kind of define, mostly like from the center out, and then some of the Brow Gal's Instant Brow Hair O2 Tinted Brow Gel with microfiber. It's like a really long name, but I threw some of that in. And how I do this, and this is my favorite way to do it, because like this last half of my brow here, like from the arch out to the tail, I don't feel is as dark or has as many hairs as the first half of my brow. So since this has those little microfibers in it, like little hair-like fibers, I start and I back comb. And I know that seems really weird, but it really helps the fibers to adhere onto the hair. And then I just go through and kind of brush them all the way through, these guys straight up, these guys in the middle kind of laying over, and then these guys kind of going down towards the end. And it makes, for me, a really nice made up looking brow without looking like a Sharpie brow. That's just me. All right, I haven't thrown on any highlighter yet, and I thought since we're doing some Colourpop today, I'd pull out the Innuendo, and I'm just going to use, oh, what should I use? A little bit of, I'm going to use these first two right here as a combo, and we'll see what that looks like. Oh, I love this highlighting palette. I had to put it away for a while because it was the only thing I was reaching for. And then I fell in love with a different one, the one from Glam Glow, and that was the only one I was reaching for a while. And so I need to kind of like rediscover all of my highlighters. And I do have a highlighter declutter that should be coming soon, if not already up. If it's up, I will link it above. If not, hang on, because it's a-coming. A little bit here. I was like a little bit just over like from the brow out, not a lot. Usually just whatever I have left on my, it just kind of helps my brows look a smidge lifted. And then I'm going to throw a little bit on my Cupid's bow. Alrighty, so let's talk lips. I did get only 2 products from, one of them was out of stock that I wanted. I wanted the Luxe lipstick in Cinderella, but I ended up getting this one. This is Belle. She's so pretty. She's one of my favorite princesses. And I'm sure it's because she's a big time reader. I'm sure that all of the princesses love to do things like that, but Belle, like, reading is her thing. And I love that. So this is what it looks like. It's a really pretty kind of mauve-y nude. Oh. And this is why I love these Luxe lipsticks. One swipe and you've got full color. Oh, so pretty. It's making me feel like a princess. Oh, I love that. And the other thing I got was one of their ultra glossy lips. And this is, I love that the first one was called Bibbidi, and then Bobbidi, and then Boo. And my kids love that too. So I have 2 of these. They're the exact same shade, and I'm going to apologize later. I'll ask for forgiveness. But I got these for my girls. So this is the Disney Designer Collection. And this is the second shade. This one is Bobbidi. And it has very much of a, let me do a little swatch for you here. Kind of more like a pinky peach kind of lean to it. I'm just going to throw a little bit of this on right in the center. So right now, the only type of lip products my girls are wearing are gloss. And when they saw these, they're like, oh, please. I'm like, yes, I'll get you one. So I have another one of these. I'm going to put this one back in the box. This is for one of my girls. They're going to love this. By the way, my girls are 8 and 10 and they love all makeup sorts of stuff. But I want to keep them on really easy things like lip gloss for a while before we start letting them kind of branch out into the world of makeup. But I started on lip glosses and lipsticks and lip products, and I'm sure they will go from there very, very far. All right, so this is the finished look. What do you think? Let me tell you, I am really excited about this. I know that Colourpop has always done really great pressed shadows, but for 20 bucks, look at this. You get beautiful packaging with the, you know, kind of the gold here on the top. The names are on the front. I love that. They still even have them on the back too, which is like fine, however you want to do it. But I like knowing what shade I'm using as I go in like this. And then the rest of the packaging, all those princesses. They're so pretty. I really do love this shade of lipstick, this Belle shade. Ooh, it's so pretty. If you haven't, I didn't swatch it on my hand for you. Look at that. Oh, so gorgeous. And the gloss is really nice. Okay, so I love all the Colourpop stuff. I've always loved the Colourpop stuff. Chances are, unless there's a big, huge change, I will always love the Colourpop stuff. All right, other things, I forgot how much I love this. This is the Maquicomplete. I think it's really, really great. Other things that I'm really impressed with, this Take Home the Bronze, I think it's a really beautiful bronzer. It's easy, it's buildable. It's one of those where it looks natural without being too much. I usually end up going ham. I load my brush up and I forget to tap off, and then I have like this crazy streak. This doesn't do it for me, and I love that it's so easy to layer, but still not like a crazy person. I like this for all over the face. I wish I was kind of expecting to be just a hair more impressed, and maybe I've only used it like 7 or 8 times. I need to continue to use it. I know it doesn't work for me under the eye, but I have 2 more emollient sort of concealers under the eye, so maybe this would work better for you if you use a drier concealer. But for me, all over the face, I love that it does give it just a hair of a glow. And the other thing, where are you? Oh, Charlotte Tilbury, this. I love this. I think her blushes are absolutely gorgeous. And this is that shade Sex on Fire, which for me is beautiful, just enough of a flush without being too crazy now that we're getting into the cooler months. So those, I love everything here. I was gonna say, I don't have one that I don't like. That's a long way of saying I loved it all. Let me know, do you like these sort of videos, the get ready with me's, the trying new products? And I know these aren't brand new, but they're new to my collection. I wanted to give you my thoughts on them. So if you haven't already, would you please subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and I'll see you again soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.